excited to talk to you guys today. We have, we're going to be doing a couple of things. I have been in my garden and Annie has been in her garden, and we are both working with something totally different ingredients. And hi Maddie, good to see you. Thanks for joining. And Annie called me this morning. She's like, I just went and picked a bunch of blackberries. And so she's been doing a few things with blackberries. I am doing a few things with rhubarb. And so I'm going to show you a few tips of what I do with my rhubarb. I have a ton of it in my backyard. So I'm actually going to open it up to, oh yes, she's coming on. I'm so happy. And okay, she's coming on here just while we're waiting for her. Hi, Annie.
Hi.
I'm glad it worked. Okay.
And this is my little guest today, Lincoln. This is Lincoln.
Hi, Lincoln.
Hi.
Hi, Joanne. Thanks for chiming in. So, Annie, I was just telling everyone that you were out picking and I was out picking in my garden. And so we have a few things that we're going to be working on. So why don't you start off and tell us what you're going to start with today?
Sure. Well, Lincoln and I thought we would go blackberry picking, right, Lincoln? Because there is so many blackberries around our place. And so what did we do today so far? What have we made?
Jam, raspberries.
Well, it's blackberries, right? So we did a few things so far today. We did an actual blackberry jelly. It's right here, and it's just setting. And then we did a couple blackberry jams. So these are just setting. So we had to boil the jars, and we had to strain all the seeds out of it. So we've done that. So those are just setting right now, but we're going to be doing something else because we got about a half a bucket, didn't we, Lincoln?
Yeah, there's half.
Half a bucket, yes.
Where's the accent, Lincoln? Where's the accent? Come on, say something to us. It was so cute this morning. You have to do it. You don't have to do
maybe
it.
later on as we're working, okay?
Okay, and so I actually was picking a bunch of rhubarb for my garden. So, and I'm going to be talking about rhubarb today and different ways that I use rhubarb. So Annie with her blackberries and me with my rhubarb. So I have a few things that I do with rhubarb. Now, one thing is you don't want to eat the leaves. They will make you sick. So one thing that I just learned today, actually, hi Pat, thanks for coming in. One thing with rhubarb is if you cut off the leaves, then of course the rest of it is all edible and good. But if you pick it like what I just did here with the leaf on, and then you put it in a cold space, whatever is bad in the leaf will actually leach into the stem. So it'll make you kind of sick too. So you don't want to cool it until after you cut off the leaf. And that being said, I actually always have so much rhubarb that I freeze it. I chop it into little bits like this, and then I freeze it so that then I could use it for any baking that I need because I get it in tons and tons. I also make, now this looks weird, I have it in Ziploc bags of frozen, but this is actually juice, rhubarb juice. My kids love it. So I just take this, I will add strawberries, fresh strawberries, or even a jar of, not a jar, you know, the fruit concentrate of strawberries, and I mix it with this, and it makes amazing strawberry rhubarb juice. And I will be showing you also, I'm chopping up a whole bunch of rhubarb so that then I'm going to be making some bars, which I will be posting the recipe to these bars because they're amazing rhubarb bars. So Annie, did you want to chat for a bit and then we'll come back to me as I'm still chopping my rhubarb?
Sure. So what Lincoln and I are doing, because we had so many berries, do you want to pull that up, Lincoln? Okay, we're making a blackberry crisp. So let's come a little bit close. So do you want to hop down? All right, let's bring it close so everybody can see. Okay, we've got blackberries on the floor, I think. So what we've done is we have blackberries that we washed and got all the bugs out of it. and we put a little bit of sugar because blackberries can be a bit tart, right? So I'm going to just show you here, and Lincoln's going to mix this up. So we're going to mix it all up, and what you see here is, okay, so here is some, what did we put in there? We put some brown sugar.
Hi, Melissa.
And some butter and some oats. And we put some almond flour. You can use regular flour, and we used a bit of quinoa flour. So I want you to mix all that up. Okay. Oh, sorry, dropped on your head. There we go. Okay, so we're mixing all this up, and we're just going to be putting it on the top of our blackberries so that we can make a blackberry crisp. Okay. Now, we have so many berries, and Lincoln likes the berries frozen. Don't you like the berries frozen? So what we're going to do is we wash some berries. Show you. So we wash some berries. Okay, you can keep stirring that. Okay, so we wash some berries, and we put them on a paper towel to dry. And what we're going to do is, okay, there we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to just put it, while he's mixing, we're going to put it in a Ziploc bag. Do you want me to help?
No.
You're good? Okay. So these are for Lincoln for later, right, Lee? Yeah,
Nothing like blackberries from BC. I remember when we would pick fresh blackberries and make jams, and the flavor is nothing like what you get at the grocery store. I miss that.
No. Okay, and we forgot a little bit of salt.
Hi, Karina.
And a little bit of vanilla. Got this vanilla from Mexico. All right. Can you smell it?
Is that the best?
It smells like cookies.
Smells like cookies already. Yeah, so these, we'll be able to lie them all flat in the freezer. So we'll zip them up. And generally, you try to remove as much moisture and air as possible. And then we'll be lying those flat and freezing them so that they're a nice little snack for later. Okay? So there we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. Should I check it?
Sure.
All right. So let's take a look here. So we've got this crisp topping that is going to be so delicious. Right? Okay. So let me just put that there.
Looks so good.
Okay, so we're just getting the rest of the quinoa and the almond flour at the bottom. The almond flour will make it a little bit chewier, and we like a chewy crust on the top, right? Not just a floury crust. So what do you think of that? Good. That gonna work? Okay, so there's the berries, and we're just gonna place this on top. So I'll get you a spoon, Lincoln. Okay, and then you can just scoop it on. I'll help you put it on. There we go. How are you doing over there, Kathy?
I'm good. I actually just wanted to give a few tips with rhubarb. Now, just so you know, there's lots of different kinds of rhubarb. You can have the red rhubarb or the green rhubarb. This all came from my garden. Or you have like multicolor rhubarb that's red and green. And it doesn't matter if it's fat or if it's skinny, they all taste really good. And I haven't found a difference in the flavor between the fat or the skinny ones, the red or the green ones. Maybe you have a more sensitive palate and could taste the difference. I don't. I just use it all. I have a ton of rhubarb, and it actually grows like weeds. That's the only reason why I can grow it, is because it grows like a weed. And I pick it. You can get multiple batches out of the season. I've picked already 3 times from my rhubarb. Now, if you ever want to dig out rhubarb and replant it, I did it once. And the roots are like 10 times bigger than what's on top. So just know you really have to dig deep. I had to get a machine to come in and dig it all up for me. Anyway, so if you ever want to move a plant, or you just take a few sprigs and you can get a plant going somewhere else. Now, I just wanted to give some ideas. When you're making rhubarb juice, like what I have here, now I have it in a frozen form because I go through so much of it that I freeze it. And all you do is take the rhubarb, I cut it into big pieces just because I want to do it really fast. And when you cut it into pieces, you throw them all into a pot, and then you put a little bit of water. Hey, David, thanks for joining in. You just top it. I just cover it with water, and you could sweeten it if you want to. I don't to the actual juice, but then I sweeten it afterwards. So you just add water, add the rhubarb, let it boil, and the water will become pink. So the juice is nice and pink, and from there, I strain out all of the fiber because there's a lot of stringy bits because there's lots of string that comes off the rhubarb. And then I don't use that part. You probably can. There's a lot of fiber and pulp in that, but when I'm making juice, I don't use it. But when I'm doing my crisp and I'm working on my crisp, I just have it into little bite-sized pieces. Bars that I'm doing, I'm going to post the recipe too because I'm not going to have enough time to do it today. But I wanted to give you a few health tips and benefits of rhubarb. I just wanted to let you know because I love it, and I think it's really interesting to be able to have so much nutrients in the things from our gardens. So rhubarb reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease. It stimulates production of red blood cells. It aids in weight loss. I'm all about that. Strengthens digestive system, helps Alzheimer's disease, stimulates bone growth and repair, and prevents cancer and macular degenerative diseases. So I will post this as well, just as some health tips, along with the rhubarb bars recipe that I'm making right now from the chopped pieces that I've got. So just thought I'd share a few things with the rhubarb. So back to you, Annie.
All right, so we've done a few things today, and actually you were talking about some of the benefits of rhubarb. I'm going to tell you that there are some great benefits to blackberries. Anytime we have a berry or a vegetable or something that's really, really dark, it's excellent for the liver. So it's an antioxidant. So we want to be eating those. And that's why your fingers and your tongue gets all black but it's so, so good for you. And we need to be taking that. So now that we've done a few things, so we've done 2 little jams, jelly, we're going to freeze some blackberries, and we made an awesome dessert, like a blackberry crisp. So the crisp, though, we still need to bake it. So we're going to bake it at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. And really, when we have the top that is a little bit golden, then it tells you that it's done. So I'm very terrible about timing things and measuring things. I just kind of look to see how good it looks. And then that's when I take it out.
And it tells you when it's done.
It does. It tells you when it's done.
Hi, Cindy. So, thanks for coming on. Let us know what things you guys are growing in your gardens or things that you're picking around your area where you live. I'd love to hear of some of the things that you guys make because there's so many different foods out there, and I love to be able to go out to the garden and find a lot of things that are so good for you and easy. And I like getting other people's ideas of how they use it too. So anything else with blackberries and anything else with rhubarb, actually rhubarb and blackberries would be a great combination.
Oh, those are great combinations. Any of our berries are amazing with rhubarb. So that's awesome. Strawberries, you can make strawberry rhubarb pie. You can make blackberries and rhubarb together is awesome too. So you need to add a little bit of sweet or you're going to have that cotton mouth. So, all right.
Awesome.
So thank you for joining us.
Sweet. And remember, you guys, everyone, you can do this too.
You can do this too.
Sweet. Have a good day.